See, give us hope, Tash. She knows the future. In the future, I can see. I was talking to my spiritual, my psych, no.
Wait a minute, your host.
You have questions, I have answers. Call me now for your free reading. Respectfully.
I need to know if my man is cheating on me.
Is he a man?
Yes.
Then he's cheating. Next caller. Okay, she's an intuitive life coach. You know, people have been criticized and jabbed at and talked about throughout the ages for having different beliefs.
And apparently I am no exception. Although it is a constant challenge, I will continue. I will not allow them to stop me. I will teach as a shaman and help those who seek
the knowledge. Call me now for your free reading. Story time. So I met Tash at Black Girls Rock Fest at the Kennedy Center in DC right before the Rona. I was on a panel for an event and she came up to me as I was sitting and I was waiting on a friend so we could do dinner. And she was telling me how great of a job I did moderating the panel.
It's the self-indulgence for me. When does the point happen?
Now. So then she tells me that she's an intuitive life coach and that she has a lot to tell me. And her friends that are with her vouch for her and everything. And so she starts reading me right there on the spot. She's saying things that I would consider intimate details in my life, certain names, certain jobs, things that I have coming up for me, things I had no clue about, but now almost a year later have happened. If I wasn't a believer in that moment, I most certainly am now.
I'm intrigued.
So was I. Since then, I've had 3 sessions. And when I tell you this woman has given me a complete guidebook to my future, I just have to work backwards from the blessings that she shared with me that are literally waiting on me.
That's powerful. I want some sessions. I need to know where and when my next D is coming from.
Wow. Okay. Leave it to you. But yes, I asked about that too.
See. Now I know you for me. Let's get it.
So my name is Tash, but I go by Talk to Tash. I'm known as an intuitive life coach. Intuitive meaning I have the ability to read everything in your life, ranging from your past, your present, as well as the possibility of your future. But most people identify me as like the girlfriend, like the girlfriend with the gift, because I'm just, I'm the girlfriend who just so happens to know all of your business. I identify myself as a prophet. I don't identify myself.
When you said that, I was like, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, my gift is all God-given, and then nothing against psychics or mediums or people who read tarot cards, nothing against them, but I know that my gift is 100% prophetic. My whole entire life, I had this gift.
This God-given gift that you have, Tash, when did you even discover it? Like, were you a kid that was like, I know things? Mm-hmm. How do I know these things? Like, yes. How did it start?
So I was about like 6, 7 years old, and I remember sitting at a kitchen table talking to my mom, and I told her something about a friend of hers that she was on the phone with at that time. So my mom was like, okay, you're a child, back in the day, stay in the child's business, get out of your own mouth, mind your business. And I kept repeating it about something along the lines of her heart, like, mommy, Miss Boone's heart is broken, like it's broken, like something with her heart. And she was, what are you talking about? So I kept repeating it. I remember her saying, I don't know what's going on with this girl. I'm trying to get her out to school, and she keeps saying something about your heart and it needs to be fixed and it's broken or something. And come to find out, she had to have heart surgery. She had a heart procedure that she did not tell my mother about. My mom was like, I remember my mom saying, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? So I don't know what she's saying, but I hear my mother and see my mother's reaction. So I was adopted by my mother's best friend, but I grew up with both of my mothers. So I remember my mom calling my mother, telling her like, what is going on? And my mother revealed to her that my father's mother has the same gift. So my grandmother also is gifted as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And so she took me to a therapist because we had other things going on. And I ended up reading the therapist at the age of 7, like her whole life. Like her husband. And she was like, what is happening? And she explained to my mother also that I was gifted.
So the therapist was like, well, this is real.
Right. So it was the confirmation.
Heaven.
Yeah. Right.
I'm literally like in the therapist's office with 7-year-old you,
right,
watching you read, like you're reading a grown therapist.
Right. And she was crying. She got emotional. I started crying because I didn't know why she was crying. It was a mess, girl. It was a mess. And she told my mom, she was like, she's special. She's different. She knows things. So then it was the matter of,
Wow.
do you go out in the street and just start telling people their business, or do we keep this in the household? You know, what stays in the house, what you stay in the house stays in the house. You remember that saying?
Yeah.
And we just didn't discuss it like outside of the house. It was just something in the household.
Wow. When did it leave the house? When did it, were you using it? Mm-hmm. Did your mom then?
Without people knowing. I was using it without people knowing that I was using it. So if I had a girlfriend, for instance, who was dating a guy, and she was like, girl, I met this guy, Michael, he was so cute. And I'm like, oh no, she's like, look at his picture, he's so cute, because you're not going to read pictures too. So she's like, picture, he's so cute. And I'm like, let me see. Oh no, girl, he dating somebody else. He got a whole girlfriend. He did it. And they're like, what are you talking about? They didn't thinking I'm hating. And then it comes around that he was seeing somebody and he had a girlfriend. And I'm like, how did you know that? And I'm like, oh, just, intuition, but not them knowing that I had a gift.
It just feels so like fortune telling, but not.
Right. Yes. I call it jokingly, I'm like the cheat code to life, right?
Like,
what's going on? I'm giving you what you need to do to get to what you want. It's up to you to listen. And that's why I say I read people's past, present, and possibility of their future. Because I'm not God. I'm prophetic, but I'm not God.
It's also not like you see it, but the work still has to be done for them.
Yes.
Girl, it's a gift, honey.
Thank you. I feel blessed.
Gift. Well, what has this gift brought you? And what has this gift cost you? Because I can see it being a gift and a curse.
Yeah. So I want to start back a little bit. I feel like it's cost me some of my friendships, because it's almost like they didn't know who I was when I came out and revealed that I had this ability. It's like they had to learn me all over again. They didn't know who I was. So
because I feel like, sorry to cut you off, but like even when we met, I was like, dang, it must be nice to have a friend like that. But I guess I mean, friends who come into my life now who know me with the gift, then it's like, oh, this is dope. But for my friends who just knew me as Tasha, without a gift and just was regular, and then when I came out and I started reading people, and we go to a bar and I'm reading a waitress, or we're in an Uber and I'm reading the Uber driver, and they're like, girl, I can't believe you had this gift and we didn't know the whole time. Right.
And I'm like, because it wasn't comfortable sharing, and they were like, we almost don't even know who you are. So it was weird. So, but other things transpired as to why we're not friends, but I definitely think that had a huge part of it. My time, I average about 100 clients a week. I'm 56 bookings, 2 clubhouses, 2 reoccurring guests on 2 radio shows in 2 different markets. I'm hoping to lock a TV deal down, hopefully soon, with the grace of God. I won't talk about it. But I'm doing the work. I'm making the impact. My goal is to help as many people as possible, and I give my time to do that. It's not easy. It's challenging, but when people have results and they're better in their lives as a result of speaking to me, that just rejuvenates my spirit and my soul. So it keeps me going.
I love that for you. That does have to feel really great to be able to contribute to people's greatness.
Yes, absolutely.
You see things that aren't great as well. And how is that?
Yeah. It's hard. I had a client today, I had a session early, and I was speaking to her about some struggles that she had going on. And it was the end of the session, and I said, well, I'm going to pray for you, be well. And before I hung up the phone, she broke down crying. And I said, are you okay? And she goes, I just feel so stuck. I don't know what to do. She goes, I hear what you're saying, but I just feel so lost. And my heart broke for her. And I just stayed on the phone with her longer, and I'm like, I kept like, you can do this. Like, this is what I'm saying for you. You can do, because only because you tell someone that you see something doesn't mean that they're gonna do the work.
Yeah.
So I had to push her, trust me. If you listen to what I'm telling you, if you do X, Y, Z, this is what I'm seeing. This is where you were. This is where you're headed. And she just was so stuck. And it broke my heart to know, when people are sick, I see health issues. I see when somebody's going to get fired. If someone's going to get laid off, I see that too. I'm like, just so you're about to get laid off. That sucks.
Yeah.
And your man's cheating on you. Infidelity. I see it all. And it's hard. And this is sometimes you have these women who are they do everything for their husbands. you know, and then the perfect wife, and they think they have the perfect story. And then I'm like, no.
Like, no, girl. Are you intuitive with you?
No. Girl, I wish.
Now that's how you know that is God. Because it's not about you.
I have sat in my living room and crossed my legs, kumbaya style, and I was like, God, give it to me. Like, I have all this for everybody. Give me something.
So good.
No.
That's really how you know it's God.
Yes, I wish.
It's not about you at all. It's about your gift in service.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Is this going to be our way of life for a while? Like, can you tell us anything?
Yes, I can. So with the vaccine being out, it's definitely going to help with the coronavirus. It's definitely going to
we should get the vaccine.
I'm personally not going to get the first round.
I listen. Gosh, okay.
I'm personally not going to do the first round. I will wait for it to come out again, or for another round to come out before.
Let me know which round you tap it into.
Okay, I will. But it's out there. People. It's working for some folks. Some folks. We'll see, but it's there. But it will help the pandemic. It will lower the numbers. I do think that we are coming to the tail end of it, but it's never going to be the same. Just to answer your question, it's always going to be very different. I don't see us walking around with masks forever. I'm not seeing that, but it's going to take a while for people to be comfortable.
Yeah, my friend asked me today, like, she was like, yeah, I'm all for it when we get back outside. And I'm like, yeah, but like, I still don't see myself being like all the way out here.
No, you have to be careful because it will be around for a while. The vaccine
will more rounds.
It's make it right. It's still going to be around. So like I think people understand. Yeah, you see the vaccine and you're like, oh, the COVID is going to be over. No,
it's still going to be around. So vast. It's so big. It's affecting so many things. So it just feels never ending.
Yeah,
but it's very serious. But also to see how much of a prosperous time it's been for so many of us.
Yeah,
has been just inspiring.
Yeah.
Because it's so we need that. Like, if the world is going to be on fire, can I at least have some blessings?
Right. Yes. But so I'm excited because things are turning around. People are going to start growing more in terms of what they're doing, where they are. Things going to get better, much better.
See, give us hope, Tash. She knows the future. In the future, I can see. Do people do that to you all the time?
All the time.
I mean, you got Raven in your family somewhere. Are we able to all tap into this type of particular gift, do you think? Or is it just, because like you said, it was in your family from your grandmother. So is it like a thing that just touches certain people?
I think we all have gifts. I think it's on different levels of your gift. I believe that we all have intuition. Dreaming is something that's real. I believe that dreams are, what do you call that? That I'm looking for. Deja vu. So oftentimes if you go somewhere and you feel like I've been there before, this happened before, more than likely you jumped it. So we all have some sort of intuition in some capacity, some stronger than others. Mine is very, very strong. And it's something that I've tapped into from when I was younger. So I'm cool with it. But we all have gifts. Cicely Tyson, God rest her soul. She was very gifted. Her story reminded me a lot of my own from when she was realizing as a child that she was gifted and her family was like, hey, watch it. Because you can't walk around telling people their life.
Yeah, and as a Black woman,
right? They're looking at you like psychic, and what are you, a psychic? That's demonic? That's not of God. I get that a lot. And I'm like, I am a woman of God. I don't do anything demonic. I pray every day. This is a gift that God gave me. I didn't ask for this gift.
Right.
This is something that was given to me, and I'm choosing to use it to help people. That's my choice. It doesn't mean that I'm demonic. So I just want to change the narrative around that as well with us, our people, of thinking that getting support and help from someone who has deeper insight, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually an advantage to know, like, oh, wow, it's that. It's not what I thought, it's that. And Danielle.
Yeah, it's something so special. And like, I will promise y'all, I'm not going to endorse nothing or stand by something that I don't feel strongly about or actually connected to. And I for real believe in what you got going on, Tash. Not only for myself and what you've been able to like give me, but just seeing how your gift has been working. And then also within this conversation, hearing about your past and hearing about our connection with Momentum, I'm like, okay, this is like super solid. So I want people to experience this. This is why I'm like very adamant about sharing this, making sure that people understand what's going on, because I'm like, no, this is like an actual gift that you do not see very often in the world. So I'm just like, y'all need to experience it. Tosh, what does it look like? Because this is the end of our interview, but I want people to get a demonstration. We have the radio shows. They have the things that they can tap into you. They can go into your social and watch all these amazing moments that you have provided people with. But let's give them, I didn't even tell you I would ask because I wanted it to be as real as possible. But can we give me a mini read about something specific that you are hearing or feeling or intuitively getting right now?
Okay. So first and foremost, I want to say that I'm super excited about your career. I'm seeing a huge level up. Be prepared to travel. I get your concern about the pandemic. You should be, because you are going to be traveling more. There will be a couple of trips that you'll get before this quarter is out. I see you traveling between 2 to 3 times before this trip out. I'm definitely seeing a huge opportunity coming up for you in Atlanta, which I'm very excited about. There's going to be something that's great that's going to come out of that's going to work for you within entertainment, which is great. Some connections, and you're going to get a really big interview soon also. So really be prepared for that. And know that there are high-end people in the industry that do know who you are. I think we discussed that before. You're going to get a really big interview. I wouldn't be surprised if one day you interview the Obamas. And remember, I'm saying it here.
Y'all mark her words. I'm going to keep this in the episode so that we can put a timestamp on it. We're going to revisit this as these things happen, because I believe that these things are going to happen. I love this. This is like a visual time capsule. We're going to come back and we're going to see what's what in these next couple of weeks.
I can't wait. And Michelle will love you. Michelle Obama will love you.
I feel like I know she would just love me so much.
She would love you, truly.
Michelle!